Today, I'll be discussing the site of Bachapur Baoli in the city of Gurgaon that lies in a state of gross neglect. The presentation will aim to show the documentation process that was undertaken, as well as hopes to provide certain suggestions for the conservation of the same. A narrow by lane takes one from the cacophonous Sona Road to the village of Bachapur in Gurugram. Nestled against a girls' school lies an early 20th century stepwell, or locally known as the Pachapur Baoli or Baudi. Currently, the site is very difficult to access as it has no signage and is covered with dense vegetation and garbage mounds. As one will see ahead, the status of the site is extremely vulnerable. Over 100 years old, the stepwell was built in 1905 by Lala Chansukh Das Mohanlal, who belonged to a merchant family. Bachapur has been historically looked as the city of the last Mughal emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar, as well as the Jagir of Begum Samru. It is also in close proximity to the Bachapur fort as well as Begum Samru's palace. At present, however, it is a private property and is bordered by a girls' school as well as other residential buildings. A main road also borders the site. Until a few years ago, this Baoli was still used as a place for harnessing water for domestic needs. However, rapid urbanization of Gurgaon has led to the neglect of the Baoli. The Baoli is built of brick, mortar, rubble, and stone. The structure consists of a rectangular plan with two sets of staircases in a perpendicular direction to each other. It has two levels, four tanks, and a small well as well. However, the present condition of the site could not give an in depth survey, as two of its tanks, the well, and both the staircases have been filled with sand and garbage. The following plan, dating back to the year 2008, has been taken from the Virtual Museum of Images and Sounds of American Institute of Indian Studies. Here, one can clearly see the almost L-shaped plan of the Baoli. The next image is a modified plan wherein the red boxes show areas that have been completely filled and covered by sand and garbage, thus rendering access impossible. In order to better understand the evolution of the site, let us look at some photos from 2008 when the Baoli was very much accessible and visible. In this photo from 2018, one can see stagnant water filled with garbage in the tanks, but the whole structure is still visible. One thing to be noted is that this was also the year when a road realignment project threatened the existence of this Baoli. Huge protests from heritage groups stalled the project and saved the Baoli. Still, many of the locals and the nearby construction workers continued to fill this Baoli with industrial waste as well as sand. Now, here are some photos that show the present condition of the site. As you can clearly see, half of the structure is not at all visible, and access to the lower levels is almost impossible. Here is the conditional mapping of the site, which will give us a deeper insight into the various conditions that plague the site. As one can see, there is huge vegetation growth in terms of big and small plants, as can be seen by the way of the yellow boxes. There's also a clear loss of material. There are stains caused by seepage, as well as plaster deterioration that plagues the whole site. One can also see the huge garbage mounds that have been thrown here. There's also organic growth in terms of wet or active algae. Here's a table which gives an overview of all the conditions that can be found at the site. Though the site had been listed as a heritage structure back in 2000 by INTAC, no tangible action has been taken for its conservation. Therefore, conditions such as heavy vegetation growth, loss of material, plaster deterioration, seepage, and organic growth plague the site. The most contributing factor to the desolate state of the site has been the unchecked garbage disposal as well as the sporadically spread out fecal matter. There is a lack of maintenance along with encroachment by the local villagers and construction workers. There are no guards or fences to protect the site, and the status of the site as a private property further makes it complicated for concerned authorities to act promptly. Now, here is a table which tries to assess the significance of the site. However, a word of caution before we proceed. These values in the various categories that define the site have to be arrived at collectively by all the stakeholders that are involved in the conservation process. Therefore, the local community, the owners, the concerned authorities, and the people conserving it all have to sit together and decide on each of the values collectively. Here, I'll provide some of the factors that can help us in understanding why this site is important and why it should be conserved. So, looking at the historical angle, it was built in the early 20th century, the period when the Baolis in the Delhi region actually started to decline quite rapidly. As said before, the site also reflects the architecture of the Mughal medieval stepwells that can be found in Delhi. Scientifically, this is a potential site for water harvesting and tapping in the groundwater resources. Socially, stepwells have been places of social interaction and have been intrinsically linked to the local identity. However, interview with some of the locals showed that the locals were not aware of the stepwell and did not exhibit a strong relation to the structure anymore. In terms of usage, it can be an important structure for urban regeneration in terms of providing water to the immediate vicinity. Now, economically, the potential for tourism has not been explored as of now. Therefore, this site can be effectively linked to the heritage walks that can be organized in this city. Traditionally, the stepwells can have both utilitarian significance as well as socio-cultural significance. In the case of the Badshapur Baoli, it is the utilitarian significance that comes into more focus. Now let us look at the water situation in Gurgaon in order to understand this utilitarian significance more. The Gurgaon district falls in a very critical zone in terms of water availability. Data shows that the groundwater level in Gurgaon depleted from 33.23 meters in 2018 to 36.21 meters in 2020. The water crisis has stemmed from the rapid urbanization of the city to illegal extraction of water, dwindling vegetation, and lack of recharge initiatives. Now let us look at the site issues. As seen before, the major threats come from the unregulated visits to the site, encroachment, and dumping of waste. Half of the Baoli has been filled with sand and garbage, and if this continues, the structure would be buried under it completely. There is significant plaster deterioration and vegetation growth, which is detrimental to the structure. This current situation is not only detrimental to the heritage structure itself, but also poses great threat in terms of general hygiene and sanitation of the area, considering it is located just beside a school and some residential buildings. The rate of deterioration increased exponentially in the past 2 years. Therefore, the priority category for this site is extremely high. A detailed risk management survey needs to be carried out in relation to the structure that has been buried under the soil and garbage mounds, as well as a water quality analysis will also have to be carried out. Site development needs to happen in the context of urban regeneration, as can be seen in the case of the Nizamuddin Baoli in Delhi. Desilting, adoption of traditional building techniques, and conservation of the structure needs to actively involve the local community as well. Visitor facilities are non existent at the moment, and facilities such as trash cans and washrooms are of immediate need here at the site. Signage is missing as well, and a basic information board has to be installed. If the local communities are engaged in the field of human ecodynamics and strategies such as adaptive reuse and urban regeneration are undertaken, then both the environment and the development aspect might go hand in hand. Adaptive reuse can be used to revive the stepwell by employing both traditional practices and modern technologies in order to increase the efficiency of the stepwell. Case in point, one can look at the Red Fort Baoli and the Purana Killa Baoli in Delhi. Implementation of adaptive reuse at the stepwell can be effective after its associated ecology is properly documented and understood. To conclude, here is a brief action plan that can be followed for this site. Some of the actions that are immediately required are clearing of the sand and garbage mounds and desilting of the Baoli. One also needs to look at ways to deal with the vegetation and organic growth. A water quality analysis and then subsequently devising of the strategy for tapping in the water resources needs to be undertaken. One has to look at whether this Baoli would be more effective as a structure for water harvesting or as a groundwater resource. Again, the emphasis is on a dialogue with the local community as they are the major stakeholders in the conservation process for this Baoli in a long term scenario. Adaptive reuse will have to be seen in terms of turning this heritage water structure into a site that addresses the water requirement needs of the community as well as provides economic benefits in terms of ecotourism and heritage tourism. Finally, policies monitoring the visitor movement on the site and against dumping waste and encroachment need to be set in place quite strictly. Adequate trash cans and washrooms also need to be installed. Hopefully, the documentation and discussion of the Bachapur Baoli today will prompt the concerned authorities to take the situation at hand seriously and therefore work actively towards its conservation, restoration, and long term preservation.